Servants of the Emperor, Briggso here, and in this video we're going over the Traitor Curse Part 2. That's right, it's finally here, so in this video I'm going over the new weapon marks, the veteran rebalance, and then I'll have footage of the new mission at the end. For the weapons, I'm going to compare the old marks against the new marks and also see how they feel and look at all the attack patterns of them. For the veteranry, I'm just going to do a simple comparison side by side what we had before and what we have now, and then I'll round out with the new mission, which I will just be commentating over the top on. Putting these videos together does take a little while, so if I could ask you to like this video and consider subscribing to my channel, I'd be extremely grateful. Now I'm not going to go on any longer, let's dive straight into the new weapon marks. So, first of all, I'm going to have a look at the new Chainsword. So we've got the Cadia Mark XIIIg Assault Chainsword. Let's have a look and inspect it. So this has got a light, and then it looks like 3 wide attacks for its light attack chains, heavy attack chains, 2 powerful attack chains, and then a wide attack, which is quite interesting. So let's have a little look at what that attack pattern actually looks like. So these are going to be the light attacks. So they're a bit wider swinging, it seems like, which is quite nice. Alright, let's take a look at those heavy attacks. So it's kind of more of it's more of like the axe swing, which is quite cool. So yeah, it's more of like the axe's heavy swings. So very good single target. We can then rev it up, do some single target damage. Okay, so that's interesting. So overall, I think the attack pattern that I'm going to be using is just, to be honest, the light attacks. Those 3 wide swings that you get at the end are very nice. Rev it up, single target, overhead, that's quite nice. I normally like wide swinging things so I can kind of catch mutants and stuff like that. So you can catch them on the side, but can we still do a dodge? Yeah, so I mean, you can still do the whole kind of dodge and rev stuff, but you haven't got that wide sweeping attack to help you out there. So you can normally do stuff like that and dodge to the side. But overall, it looks like an interesting weapon. Yeah, we're quite happy with it. Okay, next up we've got the Catachan Mark IV combat blade. So have a little inspect here and see what this is. So it looks like fast attacks targeting 1 enemy, not too different from the original, I believe. However, the wide attacks, they look to be a bit more wide sweeping. So let's see what that looks like in action. So, I mean, it feels fast, but so that's, yeah, that's very nice. Okay, so what about these wide sweeps? So that's quite interesting. Did I proc the wrong? Yes, so, okay, so your heavy attack are the wide sweeps. I feel like this knife is overall better than the other one. Obviously, I'm not doing a stats breakdown and stuff like that, but just sheerly from attack patterns and things like that. This attack pattern seems absolutely fine. It seems pretty standard to what we're used to. The heavy attacks really feel like you can charge up and more wide sweeping, which feel really nice. So it'd be interesting to use this on a Zealot, as I would have thought they take all the critical advantages that the same Mark III combat knife does. So it has the same crit chance ratio, that kind of stuff. So overall, very interesting. See a few here. I think it's definitely this one. Anything that's in blue looks to be the one. Alright, let's now take a look and just inspect this. So we've got... so this is what I was quite interested about. So you've got this switch mode now. So you fold the shovel in preparation for devastating strike down attack, which is quite cool. So you've got wide attacks that stagger many enemies at once. Another one for your heavies. For your lights, you've got 2 wides and 2 single target, which is quite interesting. So I'm going to have a little look at this attack pattern here. I really like this attack pattern, to be honest. Shovels have never been very attractive to me. However, I really like the fact that you can get those wide sweeping attacks in with them. What's this folding? Weird that it folds backwards. So looks like it does tons of damage. So it almost hits twice. Not quite. Wow, that's quite cool. Obviously, I'm getting some crits here, but even on weak spot, that's quite effective. Obviously, I'm doing light attacks now, so it looks like you get one hit and then it folds back. So I'm doing heavy attacks, but even if I just do some light attacks here, so it looks like the light attack is a single target. So you can almost use it as like, oh, I want to turn it into an axe for a brief moment. Then you can, which looks really cool. You know, you want to get that high single target damage off on one thing. Just do that. And you go back to your normal attack pattern. Overall, I'm going to play around with this. I really like this. So, awesome stuff. Okay, next up we have the Agripinaa Mark 15 Quickdraw Stub Revolver. So let's take a little inspect of this. So we've got hipfire is semi-automatic, braced semi-automatic. Weird, because I thought we had a bit of a fanning technique here, and then we've got our standard bash. It's precise, high damage. You know, obviously all these stats are bound to change. I just kind of picked one up from Brunts and wanted to play around with it. So yeah, it's the stats aren't going to be reflective, and I've not chosen like the most optimized ones. So there we go. So instead of aiming down sights, you go into this fanning mode. So that's a mod that I have on. So normally, standard, you can just do your one-shots like this. However, you can go into this mode, and you can shoot a lot faster. So it is still semi-automatic. I do have mods on so that I can hold down the trigger. So if I do that now, that's very interesting. Overall, I quite like this. I think it will work better with some builds. Obviously, I've got a build at the moment on my veteran that takes advantage of swapping over to a weapon and shooting this, so I think this will work really well with that build, so I'm going to have to play around with that. My Swingers veteran build will probably get an update, and it will be using this revolver instead, as we don't take precision shots quite a lot. So, you know, get all of your rounds off there, get your kills in with your melee, then once we're at 10 stacks, we swap over, we have 2 shots that we can then really fast like that, and that's exactly what we want. Cool, I'm really happy with that fanning method. A little bit interesting though. I mean, I don't know the blessings that I've currently got on these. I'll probably check that out a little bit afterwards, but I think this is really cool. I'm quite happy with how this revolver works. I think it's accurate enough. Also, massively quicker reload speed as well. Just how accurate is it? Basically, your trade-off is your range. So you do want to be up close and personal when using this thing. Overall, really nice. The faster reload speed as well makes it feel really good. Okay, so for our next shovel, we have the Munitorum Mark III Sapper shovel. Might have butchered that, but I'm just going to take a little inspect on that. So we have a switch mode for the shovel, so it's very much a switch shovel like we saw before. This one has a bit of a different attack pattern. It's got 3 wide, 1. In fact, this is quite similar, actually. So 3 wide, 1 powerful, striking 1. Another wide with another targeting 1. So that's quite cool. So I wonder what this one is kind of about, because so far it seems quite similar. So you've got that switch mode once again. Then it switches back. So at the moment, it seems fairly similar to that one that we've seen. Kind of does that double stab when hit an enemy. So yeah, interesting. I don't know which one of these is better. I don't know if they've got different blessing pools or normally they don't. Normally they're quite similar. But overall, I quite liked the other switch shovel. Time will tell which one I prefer more. But from the overview that I've got so far, it looks quite cool. Liking these switch shovels quite a lot, so you can kind of get one attack off and then it goes back to normal, which is pretty awesome. Alright, this is one that I'm looking forward to. So we've got the Orestes, is that? I don't know how you pronounce that, but the Mark 12 assault chainaxe even. So this looks quite interesting. Let's have a little inspect here. So we've got 2 light attacks that are both wide that stagger many enemies at once, which is great. I literally said I would love to see a chainaxe with just wide sweeping light attacks. And then your heavy attacks are both targeting 1, which is quite interesting because we rev this thing up. So, okay. Cool. So we've got... Yes. So these are much more wide sweeping attacks. I'm definitely going to have to play around with this weapon. Definitely. This looks great now. Let's have a look at the heavies. Yeah, you've got those heavies that we come to love from axes on single target. And then... let's give it a rev up. Perfect. So if we rev and light attack, we still get that kind of normal wide. So let's see what this looks like. That's cool. I mean, this is by no means optimized either, but the fact that you can rev heavy attack into a maniac once and get a kill off, that's really interesting. I mean, like I said, this is by no means optimized either. We have got a fairly high shredder, though, to be fair. It is at 78%, so definitely one to look out for, that we want a pretty high shredder. This has got good damage on it. So, I mean, this isn't the worst of the chainaxes, to be fair. Defenses are a bit meh. I would probably swap a bit of mobility for that. But overall, this thing's great. I can't wait to have a play around with this some more. I think definitely... on a zealot, I think that this could be really nice. I really like wide sweeping attacks, and the fact that we've got an axe that can do that now is, yeah, interesting. Although it's the kind of the chain wide sweeping attack that we've come to know, where it's not like a full on horizontal. It's kind of like a diagonal, but still, I absolutely love this thing. I'm definitely going to be taking this out for a spin. Okay, so then we've got the heavy Laspistol, which is now the Kantrael Mark 10 heavy Laspistol. So this is a high damaging one compared to its other one. The other one's high capacity, so this will be quite interesting. Let's have a little look at its kind of on paper stats. So hip fire, it is semi-automatic. Aim down sights, it's also semi-automatic, which, to be fair, we all know from the heavy Laspistols. This does a lot more damage, and I'm guessing it'll probably take up more ammo. So let's have a little look then. Give this an equip and see how this feels. So once again, I do have a mod on where I can shoot fully auto. But yes, this is much more... I mean, it's quite precise. It's actually got a fairly high capacity from the looks of things. Oh, probably not. I think, I'll be honest, me with my 0 intelligence will probably want to use this mod so I can full auto it and click down. It's one of the complaints that I had with the last Laspistol. Takes quite a while against Carapace. But yeah, it's one of the complaints that I had against the last Laspistol is that to use it to full effect, like you're mashing that melee button, the light attack button the whole time, and it wrecks your fingers after a while. So if you are playing on PC, I have released a video of how you can install mods. Might be worth a pick up for this one. Does look quite interesting though. Kind of is the Revolver of the Laspistol area, I guess you could call it. Yeah, it looks quite good. You do have to be very accurate, though. How does this hold up at long ranges? You know, okay, yeah. Okay, and last but not least, we cannot forget about the Ogren's new shovel. Already, I have a feeling that this is going to be like the shovel that we saw before, but just an Ogren version, so it might be that kind of fold-out type. Oh, looking at appearance. So let's take a look at this. We've got, once again, 2 wide attacks. And then some more wide attacks, but the relentless variations. Okay, and then we've got, yeah, single target. Okay, so this is going to be really interesting because Ogryns don't have axes. So there, yeah, so that single target feels very much like an axe, but on an Ogryn, which is interesting. So yep, once again we can hold it down, go into axe mode, flips itself back up. So it looks like the other ones they did 2 hits. This looks like it only does 1. One powerful one. The main thing I want to see here though is those wide sweeping attacks in motion. So this feels great. So that kind of concludes this weapon section anyway, just a brief overview. I'm now going to jump over, have a little look at the veteran talent tree, which I have already kind of played around with a little bit. So the top of the tree looks to be pretty much exactly the same. Where we see the changes are at these bottom trees here. So it looks like they've grouped some things together, removed some of these operative modifiers and put in, just put in the full-blown perks. We've not got any new perks in here. We've not got any rebalanced keystones or anything like that from what I've seen so far. Bear in mind, I'm quite fresh to all of this. It looks like they've just moved around this placement. This placement already looks a little bit better. You know, I was playing with one of my older builds, the Swingers Veteran build, and I've updated it now to this with a couple of things that I wanted to add in that build. You know, on your toes, you can replenish more toughness when you swap your weapons, which we're doing all the time in that build. We've also got Agile Engagement, which I really wanted to put into the build the first time around, but didn't have the skill points to do it. Now I do, so you get 25 more damage when you kill something with your other weapon. So, you know, overall, I think that they're good changes. I'll need to kind of go into the field, but I will also have on screen what it looked like before, so you can see kind of the new update that we've had. But yeah, this grouping definitely makes more sense. I just don't know how effective it's going to be. But the curse that the veterans had last time is that all of their, you know, they were like 1 or 2 talent points off getting the perfect build that you want. I do feel like they have fixed it here, which is what we wanted. So yeah, overall, I'm not sure how to feel about it yet. I'll need to test it out in a couple of games, but it does feel a lot better. Alright, so as promised, we're now loading into the new mission, the Warren 619. I'm doing it on Heresy level just for the first time, as I kind of want to get a feel for the actual mission before I jump into it on Damnation, and hopefully just increases my chances of actually finishing the mission, because I don't want to go into it that blind. So, 3 vets and a psyker, let's do it. Nice little new entrance there, that's cool. Cool. I am actually trying out the new Revolver with this one as well, as I think it will work well with this build that I'm using for the vet. So, wow, this looks awesome. It's the only problem with this game, everything looks so cool that you often get distracted, and then you end up dying.
Objective: concealed heretic establishment. Conjecture: this establishment draws excessive power from the district fusion grid.
Are we going through here? No? Ah, this way. See?
Follow the engine seer's instructions precisely, varlets.
Very cool that we're listening to an engine seer right here as well. I kind of speculate that this could be one of the new classes, if we ever get one. Very wide open spaces. Probably. Get him up. Well, I thought I alerted the demon host then.
The district seems, but the machine god children are everywhere imperiled.
As much as I empathize, such sentiments have not advanced our mission.
Look at all this!
Going to town with a sail there. Ooh. Swallow that, thank you, if you don't mind. Man, the level design, so cool once again. They've really smashed it out of the park. Yeah, so cool.
The path opens before us, a maze of light and mystery.
I have trouble grabbing snipers with this.
You might spare us your theatrics, engine seer, which are in any case lost on everyone save myself.
What a bad grenade, wow. Yeah, the accuracy on this thing is terrible. Oh man, does it compile some damage, but why can't I get the stat? Oh, almost fell off the edge there. That feels very nice to be able to do. Yeah, to be able to slide and kind of get it cocked for that, the fanning mode. That feels so cool.
You are not together.
Come on, let's do it. Are we going to see the twins pop up? That's what I want to know.
This is the path.
Not seen any stims yet either, so it'd be interesting if we get any of those.
As you say,
Let's pretend I didn't just shoot randomly into the other. Okay, okay. So this looks like the other mission a little bit. Ah, it is, because I'm pretty sure we came from that way in this other mission. Yeah, we did. We came from up there, look. It's interesting. So, going through the gate this time. Okay, that probably wasn't best to engage on. the accuracy on this is not great. Definitely not going to be a special killer. This thing. The stopping power it's got is very nice. Little church. Oh, combat stim. Interesting. I don't actually have a button bound that I like for that yet, so that's going to be interesting when I come to use it.
This is the place, the root of techno-heresy.
So this thing does eat through ammo, but it kind of feels worth it, because you kill by shooting a lot, not by being precise. Which is exactly why I put Crucian Roulette on this instead of Surgical, which I would normally put on. It's going to get all the critical chance boosts that we get, and then with Hand Cannon, it then means that we get that extra rending, so we can hopefully take down Crushers. That's the aim. Alright, nice.
A concealed room. So much of what the heretics do is...
Wants a stim, boy. Wants a stim. Ah, he's got one too. Yes. Nice. One of those. Come on, boys. There's grenades either. Okay, is this our first, like, counter? Interesting. This looks sweet. Things are happening. Okay, so... Oh, no. That's... Ah, so it kind of smokes you out. I see. They are going to have to move close, so... Which this revolver deals with very well. Where are they coming from? Wow, this is going to be quite hard. I have no doubt there'll be some good spots that we can hold up, but...
It's all they can do to hold the data interrogator the correct way out.
It was in my mind also. Let us make it down.
Oh, there's another one there.
A detonation charge is required. I trust you remember to bring one.
Grant me the touch of Greg Shotgunner. The torment writhes, screams, begs. Be swift.
is this a continuous assault? Or what is going on here? Uh-oh. I hate gunners. Oh, I think I like this revolver. It works very well with this playstyle. Might have to try out the new Chainaxe as well with this, because it's a bit more wide sweeping. I didn't get a single kill then, that's no good. Nope. Just gonna scoop a bit of that up. So have we come back to the same room? No, this is different. Oh, whoa, I got pinged about all over the place. Good old servers. Okay, so we are holding this as well. Interesting. Having the ability to take down stuff like that is very good. I'm probably wasting ammo left, right and centre here, but... so we do need to defend someone.
I'll protect you.
Man, this Chainaxe swings so fast. Sorry, I'm not really talking over the top of this, I'm just getting into it so much. This is such a cool mission. Oh. Wow. It looks so cool. Are we supposed to be going? Oh, no, no. We're doing the right thing. The question is, are we going to get a boss encounter at the end? Really hope so. This once again looks awesome. That's Demon Host right there, that's not good. Whoa, there's that mutant. Oh, they found a different way. Alright, then just leave me then.
Lovely. I needed more ammo.
So maybe this is just they keep on coming at you until you run through it. Maybe? I don't know. That doesn't get old, man. Just chewing through the ammo super fast like that. Feels so good. And with the reload speed bonus that I've rolled on this, just very good. I'm gonna have to.
I question the wisdom in subjecting yourself to this any longer, engine sir.
Yep, accuracy through firepower, it seems. Whoa, okay. Is that one of the twins already dead? Here they are. Yep, this is it. So mines on the floor. Where is he? So confused. So he's just disappeared. Okay. What on earth? This is cool, man.
This is correct, is it?
We got that beauty.
Where are we trying to get to here? Are we trying to get to the bottom? I feel like I've just come around in a big old circle. Uh-oh, Ranger. So yeah, it looks like you've got to keep pressing to get to the bottom. Combat's... I don't... Not a combat stim. We'll remember to use that later, hopefully. Yeah, this level looks big as well. Just from what I've seen, I barely even feel like we've gone through half of it. So yeah, very interesting. Who has this, please? Oh, this looks...
This is the heart of the anomaly. Deploy your servo skulls. Seek your
Okay.
answers.
To scan the surrounding area. Ah, they've changed the layout. It's actually really inconvenient because I normally find things to my mouse. And they've actually changed it, so now I pull out my stim when I should be pulling out my specs. So, a little bit A bit awkward there. Good shield. So far, this looks like a scan mission. So are we not going to get a boss fight? I mean, I guess we kind of did have a boss, because one of the twins showed up, but... Oh, what is this? Destroy the... Okay. I really shouldn't have scooped that up, to be fair. This is a bit different. I'm just gonna give you a grenade. I did kill it though. See, I can imagine on Auric this is going to be quite challenging. If your team doesn't stay together, then yeah, it could be a bit of a bad time. Oh, come on. I just have to take a little heal on this. Weird that we're getting a heal now. Space. Oh yeah, just make your way up to the upper floor. Okay. Doesn't look like this fight is going to stop until we hit this button, maybe? Or in the main place. So what's happening here? And oh, the music! Wow. Kind of sounds like one of the old tracks has been out updated.
Interrogator status inoperative. Remedy reboot. Time to earn our pay.
On. this can be your problem. Destroy the filtration tank. Nice. Very cool.
You are free to head to extraction. I trust that meets with your approval.
Then we go extract, so no boss fights, but very interesting though. Very cool mission. Oh, track right here. And there we go, that's the new mission. So be interesting to do that at harder difficulties. No boss fight, fair enough. But overall, still very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back in and doing this on Damnation for sure. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this, the run through of the new mission, and just the explanations of the weapons and everything that we've got to the veteran. Overall, I think really good stuff, all really needed for the game. Would love to see some differences in how much plus steel we're getting, but you know, that's maybe a thing for another time. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit that like button and that subscribe button if you enjoyed this content, and otherwise, have a nice day.